Once again, thank you so much for coming today. Tonight's event is about renewal, but it's also a focus and an emphasis on the intersection between the arts and the arts and medicine, between medicine and the humanities. Can you comment on that intersection in your life as someone who is a doctor, as someone who has, as you've said, always been writing and you've continued to write? I'm curious about how that intersection played out both while you were in practice and in medical school, especially because so many of us here are in medical school and engaging with the arts, and also how and if that's continued now that you're no longer practicing regularly.
Thank you. And by the way, I thought you were great. You're very talented. I love your singing. I don't know. I mean, it's just something that I'm asked all the time, and I don't know if I'm a sophisticated enough thinker to answer that question in a kind of a articulate way. I feel like for me, writing was an escape from my life, daily life. And so I felt like I really tapped into a different part of my brain when I was writing than when I was practicing medicine, which felt different. On a technical and kind of a banal level, it's been very useful to have the medical knowledge as a tool to write about people, because, you know, I've written a lot about illness, kind of as sort of these forces that have shaped the lives of my characters. And so to know a little bit about pathology and about prognosis and diagnosis and all these kind of technical things, it's certainly very useful. And I never had to pick up the phone and, you know, ask a physician, you know, about this or that, because I felt like I had a working knowledge of what I wanted to talk about. But, you know, I think my career has informed my writing too. I mean, I was in primary care. And primary care, I always used to tell medical students or people who would ask me that, especially as I was in the setting of like a place like Kaiser, where there's such easy access to specialties and so on and so forth, is largely a people skill job. I mean, the science part of it is fairly straightforward, but the people side of it is difficult. There's a very kind of a human element to being a good primary care physician. And you have to have a curiosity about people. You have to be a good listener. You know, you have to have a little bit of empathy, even for people that you find unpleasant. You have to be able to be quiet and patient and listen. And I found that all those things are very useful skills in writing also, in writing characters. And you as a primary care doctor, I felt like I was a sleuth half the time. You know, and patients who would come back for the 10th time with this kind of a bizarre numbness that had been investigated to death, and you know, and by the 5th visit, you know that there's something else going on. You know, so you kind of become an amateur psychologist, and you begin to think about appearance versus what's really going on, and that's a useful tool to have when you're writing characters. You know, how characters behave, and the sort of psychological forces that are behind people's actions, that are hidden from view, and you kind of have to investigate and dig. In that sense, I found practicing medicine a very useful thing indeed.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I was the patient in Kaiser 2002. I got it correct.
Oh my God! I did the right thing for you.
Yeah. Go ahead and stand and turn to 10.
Oh my God! Look at this. 2002. That's fantastic. Well, sir, you're still around, so I did something.